3, 2. What's good, everybody? We are back again for another episode of the No Hedging Podcast. I go by the name of Rip16, the GOAT.
Tired of fly jet. What up, dog?
And we are the Mighty No Hedging Podcast duo. And we are back for week 13 of the NFL season.
Moving along, man.
Moving along fast. Very fast things go on, you know. But make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Stay tapped in. There's a lot of cool things going on. We got a lot of cool things to say. We make some picks and some bets around here. And a lot of times they're actually right. So if you want to make some money, if you want to win, put booby in, as they like to say. Anything you want to tell the people?
Not really, man. Let's get right into it. Let's talk.
Well, hold on, man. Hold on. Speaking of talk, let's start the show off with my favorite way to start off. This little thing we like to call GOATTalk. So can I get a Stone Cold Steve Austin what?
What?
Yeah, it was okay. It's been some ups and downs. It's been some teams winning some games. It's been some situations where, you know, you thought you had it figured out and you didn't. You might have lost your parlay by a half a fucking point. You might have won by a half a point. I don't know where you're at, but wherever you're sitting at, just be thankful. It's that time of year. You know why you should be thankful? It's because you learned something. And as long as you keep learning something, you too can learn how to put BTA to VEGAS.
What? They're giving out free stuff in there.
And that's exactly what we plan to do this week. Put BTA to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you've been good, whether you've been bad, whether you use a half a point, keep in mind what you learned. What? Don't forget what you learned. You know, put in a lot of work thus far, and it's about to start paying off. Because it's only so slippery they can get. There's only so many trickerations and moves they can pull. So, hey, it's time for you to put BTA. What? Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Because what's L?
I never been known to take those.
I don't know. We don't plan on taking them. So let's get into an important part of the show, a classic segment, a segment we like to call Takeaways. Yeah. Well, we got a shot for one. Let's start with that. Shots up, celebratory time of year. Hate that pineapple juice went bad. But
It's terrible.
what do you got? The Shedeur.
Let's talk about it.
Got a buzz down.
Shedeur Sanders and the Browns versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Shedeur played a decent game for a rookie. First full week of practice with the team.
And did much better.
And did way much better than Dylan Gabriel done all year.
Yeah. And then they named him starter. As he should have been at the beginning of the fucking season.
So like I said in the last episode, all that Shedeur hate and slander needs to stop. Yeah, he threw a bad interception. I mean, it happens. He's a rookie. That's what they do. You know? But, you know, he looked like kind of saw him in the Colorado jersey. Because that play that he threw down the field, like the first big deep bomb pass that he threw down the field.
Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, he rolled out to the right, threw that bitch down the field. Then the other one, he rolled out, scrambled, threw it to Jerry Jeudy, but then Jerry Jeudy started skipping and then got the ball punched out.
That was so dumb. But I will say, I was kind of impressed by that, in particular, the fact that he was throwing so well on the run.
Mm-hmm.
I remember prior to the season starting, I seen the workout videos between him and Cam Ward, and that was something that they practiced a lot.
The rollout.
And Cam was kind of bragging on Shedeur. Was like, bro, I can do that too. You know what I'm saying? But I seen the off-season work finally paying off when he got his chance to be a full starter and get a week of practice. You know, that work that he's been putting in, you can tell that it's starting to pay off. So, I mean, I think Shedeur will be fine. I did like that aspect of his game, the fact that he has maneuverability, and if you're in a Browns uniform, then you need to be able to be pretty awesome, because they do have a history of some terrible thing to go on with their quarterbacks.
Yeah, I was impressed with the fact, like, because one of the knocks that he had in college was that he held on to the ball too long, taking sacks and all of that.
Yeah.
And that was, I guess, so he can preserve his completion percentage, not throwing the ball away.
Yeah.
This game, he only got sacked one time, which is impressive.
Yeah.
But they needed to improve on third down. They went, I think, 3 of 12 on third down.
That's what Max Crosby chasing after you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I expect a lot of pressures, a lot of probably even more than one sack when Max Crosby is on the field, just because he generates so much pressure himself. Even if he's not getting the sack, he's running people into a sack. So that was impressive. I like what I saw out of Shedeur. Overall, they did what you should do to the Raiders.
Yeah, they didn't lose the game.
And no, he didn't go out there and lose the game. Myles Garrett gonna play some defense, put you in position, get you the ball. 10
sacks. The Browns had 10 sacks on the Raiders. I mean, which is crazy.
Yes.
So I mean, obviously the defense kind of carried the
sacks.
offense.
I ain't see 10, but that's crazy.
Yeah, the defense carried the team in that game, but Shedeur did a good job at managing the game, making sure that he didn't put his team in worse position to lose the game. So
for sure,
shout out to Shedeur, man. Perfect time, man.
Plus the way, perfect time, man. One of my other takeaways was the Chiefs versus Colts. By the way, Perfect Time is on one of my fall playlists right now. Mm-hmm. It's been on there. Shout out to Shedeur. But my other takeaway was the Chiefs versus the Colts. Now, the Chiefs did come out here and win this game in overtime. But that's not why it's my takeaway. The Chiefs were the favorite in that game to win by 3, and they won exactly by 3.
It was 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
At one point, the shit was like 4.
Yeah. But
the Chiefs were the favorite, and they ended up winning the game by 3. So you've been back and forth about the Colts. You was like, they got to prove it. They got to prove it. They got to prove it.
I ain't been back and forth. I've been on the same side.
Well, I mean, no, I'm saying you've been on the same side of saying like they need to prove it.
Yeah.
But with the Chiefs, the other side of that is we were like they tick. They running out of time. Mm-hmm. They can't lose no more games. Mm-hmm. So they managed to pull this out in overtime. My concern though is the Chiefs are doing that bullshit again. They keep on going back and forth, having these close games. They be bullshitting. Mm-hmm. Then they put something together and they want to make a spectacular play and a miraculous play. And what I'm figuring out is I think for a long time, the Chiefs had this large gap between them and the other teams. And the gap was so large that they could bullshit and then make these spectacular plays and then still go win the game comfortably. Probably in the second half or something. Andy Reid gonna pull out something. Mm-hmm. I don't know if people have had so much time with Andy Reid's playbooks, if they just had time to build their teams up, get better. But the gap, the talent gap is closing. So it's like you wait until the end of the game to try and take off and start doing this. It's harder and harder and harder and harder. And these other teams are also getting better and better and better. So my concern with the Chiefs is essentially they in a spot they need to win out. The Colts, the concern is y'all beat people and y'all got one of the best records in the league, but who did you really beat? And when you play somebody that's known to be worth a damn, what have you really done?
Right.
But both of these teams are still concerning to me. Even though the Chiefs just won, both are still highly concerning to me. And that wasn't expected.
The problem with the Chiefs, man, is they haven't been good in the red zone. Like this game right here particularly, they really outplayed the Colts the entire game. but they were kicking field goals the majority of the game. They went 1 for 6 in the red zone. You can't win football. You can't expect to win consistently doing that over and over and over again. But luckily, the Colts weren't doing shit on their side of the football offensively. They couldn't run the ball. If Jonathan Taylor isn't rushing for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns every week, they're not going to win that game. And pretty much the games that they lost, Jonathan Taylor was limited or held to very minimal yards.
Yeah.
And if the other teams, the opposing teams are like, hey, okay, we'll lock down Jonathan Taylor. Let's see what Daniel Jones going to do.
Nada.
We'll make Daniel Jones win the game. Try to win the game. And that's not a recipe for success for the Colts.
No, it's not.
So, but the Chiefs offense, that's been the problem, right? So they're not able to get those huge, big-ass plays down the field because the safeties are always playing over top, so they can't send nobody straight down the field. All you see now is like Rashee Rice going on crossers.
Rashee Rice
they're going on crossing routes, right?
Rashee Rice has been a bright spot for the offense since he came back because most games he's done well since he got back. But the other concern that I was going to throw in there is he got a little hamstring thing going on right now. They saying he's still looking to play, but as we know, hamstrings are not great injuries, but in particular, it's pretty bad for a wide receiver or a running back. Like, hamstrings are just one of those annoying injuries that ends up taking some time and nagging. So I'm a little bit concerned about that because Rashee Rice has been pretty much one of the, outside of Patrick Mahomes, making plays with his legs and, doing what he can to stay in games. But Rashee Rice has been a large point of the successful outings of the offense. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. So if he got a hamstring issue going on, that's another concern because they at a point now where they got to win out. So we're gonna see how that works out. But I don't know. I'm just a little concerned about both of them. Good win for the Chiefs, but I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's a good win for the Chiefs. Overtime victory. They found a way to win. It was sloppy. They just, like I said, they couldn't convert in the red zone. That seems to have been the issue all season. Kicking they kicked 3, 4, 5 field goals or something crazy like that.
Is it time for the Chiefs to draft a running back?
I mean, possibly. But I don't think that's how they want to play. That's not their style.
Well, they did get Rashard Smith, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, that's not their.
That's
style.
not what they want.
They putting the offense around Patrick Mahomes. So
they had the ball to Kareem Hunt though a little bit, and I think that's an argument. They do run the ball. Mm-hmm. Your primary playmaker is going to be Mahomes. You want to keep the ball in the hands of your best player.
Yeah, they had 148 rushing yards.
So they do run the ball. It's not like they don't. You know what I'm saying? But
that's why I said the only thing I can see an issue is the red zone. You kicking field goals instead of making touchdowns like you used to doing back in the day. You remember those trick plays and them cute little plays, the plays that won the Super Bowl?
It's
and
not
all
that
of
cute now.
They don't have that no more.
It's not that cute right now.
So that's kind of been the issue. But like I said, the Colts, man, they got a tough schedule coming up. They got, I think Houston twice or something like that, or the Jags twice or something crazy like that. So division games there. They got Seattle as well on the schedule. So it's going to be tough. This last stretch of games we're going to really see who the Colts are. And so far, out of the three better teams that they played, they lost.
Makes sense. I mean, right now,
I think they got the Broncos barely, but other than that, it's like everybody else they lost.
They 8-3, but the Jags are 7-4, and the Texans are 6-5. So they are not out of the woods yet. We was just laughing kind of before the show started that this is not how we expected this playoff picture to look at this point in the season. But Patriots, Broncos, Colts are the third in the AFC. So I mean, things go on.
Yeah,
a lot more football to be played. But another takeaway: Cowboys versus Eagles. I had a wild feeling that the Cowboys was going to beat the Eagles because of the slight improvements in defense. And
there's no way
they came back.
There's no way the Eagles should have lost that game.
But the Eagles should not have been up 3 touchdowns and then blew that lead.
No way.
And
no way
not score any more points.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I don't
I
know
don't
what's
think
going on with the Eagles.
See, you talk about the Cowboys defense. I don't think that got anything to do with the Cowboys defense more than it does the Philadelphia Eagles offense.
The only reason I say that is because even with Philly's offense struggling, you would think they would be able to get in field goal range or do something in the second half.
Mm-hmm. They can do nothing.
They ain't do nada in terms of scoring wise in the second half of that game. And I got to give some credit to the Cowboys for making that happen.
They could not do nothing with George Pickens, boy.
Oh, NFL young boy. NFL young boy been going crazy. But shout out to our boy over there talking plays. It's been this discussion about Jalen Hurts, right? Even though the Eagles have been 8-3, the Eagles are 8-3 now. Prior to that game, they were 8-2, and people were still talking a lot of trash about them and talking about, they not as good and they don't look as good and not really giving Jalen Hurts a lot of credit. It's been a lot of discussions about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think a lot of that is cap. I think the team is constructed in a certain way where you're not necessarily dependent on your quarterback to play hero ball. It's supposed to be set up where you can run the ball. You have 2 quality wide receivers to come in as a blanket, but you got a solid tight end. But it's mainly predicated on running.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect Jalen Hurts to have crazy passing numbers most weeks, but it is balanced. It's a balanced attack. So people have kind of talked about that even in the midst of them winning, going 8-2. But this game in particular, what they lost against the Cowboys kind of highlighted a little bit of an issue just in terms of something about the Eagles does look off, though. I don't know why. Even when they win the game, they won it ugly.
Because
it's
that's
just
why.
not expected. Like,
because they're not blowing people out.
Expected them to play.
Yeah, because they're not blowing people out. Like, anytime a team is winning and they're winning close games, there's a little problem, especially a team that has the type of players that they have on their offense. Like, for example, the Denver Broncos are getting flack because of how they're winning games.
Right.
The Kansas City Chiefs last year was getting flack because of how they were winning games. You know what I'm saying?
And
now
they lost
the
to the damn
Eagles
Eagles when they played against somebody. So this is kind of the concern. It's just that, I think those close games and whatnot, that makes a lot of sense. The close games is just a concern. Like, because the idea is in a close game, I look at it like the Giants, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Giants, and we're going to talk about them in a second, but the Giants have been, matter of fact, let's parlay into that because I think it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants and the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants had a 10-point lead.
Mm-hmm. For the 5th time this season.
You know what I'm saying? And then blew the lead.
You want some therapy?
So after those games where you blow a lead like that, you're kind of thinking, damn, we could have easily been such and such and such and such. I think we talked about it last week. You was like, I think the Giants they had a chance to be 6-4 or higher at some point just because they were in these close battles of a game. But when you're a good team, you also have an equal chance of being on the opposite side of that. The Eagles was 8-2 prior to this. Now they're 8-3. But hell, I mean, looking at some of them close games, you could have fucked around and been 5 and 6. You know, like so. I mean, that's kind of the concern. I think because they are so good, they find a way to win in the clutch most of the time. But again, that gap is closing, kind of like with the Chiefs. The gap that you had over all these teams and the reason why you able to come up with the win in those situations is closing. People are learning how y'all play. People are learning your style. Some of them things that used to work, not really working. You got people leaving the team. You got people retiring. You got all type of stuff happening. So the team is changing, but the other teams are also getting better. The gap discrepancies are closing. So you can't go into it just thinking, oh, we're going to be in a close game and then we just going to take off on them and we just going to win. It's like, nah, they got something for your ass. We seen what y'all did the past 2 years. That's what AJ Brown's
complaining about all season. He's like, we too talented to be playing like this. He understands that they can be beat, the legit juggernaut, like, and just be beating people up.
They should be.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking at the construction of the team, they should be.
But they're not running the ball offensively. Saquon isn't Saquon from last year. Don't know why that is. I don't know if it's scheme. I don't know if it's the offensive line not playing as well as they used to play last season. They do have injuries as well on the offensive line. But that offense just is not running like it used to run. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, and this is what happens. But I don't know, man. I still don't have no faith in the Cowboys at all. I don't have faith in the Eagles to win no Super Bowl to repeat, you know. So I'm not even concerned. I mean, it's just what it is. They got too much noise going around them right now.
They do got a lot of noise. But I will say this though, in regards to the Giants in particular, the Giants had a chance to beat the Lions, right? And ironically, the Lions were kind of in the same position that the Giants are in right now some years ago. Because it was a few years back before they really got good that they were a team on the cusp where they was having all these close battles. They was in these games. It was like it was a winnable game, but they lost it, and they lost it late, or they covered some spreads a lot of times. And I think the Giants are kind of in that same space that the Lions were in. So the good news for the Giants is, and you as a Giants fan is, I think the Giants are like at that turning point right before they get really good. So in the next season or two, I think is when you see the Giants kind of take off. And that's kind of what I've been taking from these close games, even though they've blown some leads.
Depends on the coach at that point. Depends on who we bring in.
Yeah.
We got the players on the roster. It just depends on the coach.
And then I think they'll continue to get better. I mean, because one thing about having such an ass record is you're going to get a high draft pick. So I think they're going to continue to get better and get to bring somebody in once you get Malik Neighbors back, Scatterable, Jackson Dart looks like he's your legit starting quarterback now, and the defense generating some sacks. I think y'all can definitely go for a corner in the draft. But
yeah,
maybe Theo Johnson hits the jugs machines and don't drop the fucking ball. You got some things going in your favor where they can get a lot better. So that was my takeaway. My takeaway for the Lions though, that regression we talked about in that damn in that division forecast episode is happening. It's damn sure happening. Because this is a game where the Lions ain't had no business being down 10 points to the Giants.
No business.
They just ain't had no business being down 10 points. My concern is the way y'all playing, y'all were, when they were on the cusp of being a Super Bowl team, they lost to a team that was just very slightly better than y'all. Y'all just took a regression. So that means the gap has widened. You already weren't good enough at your peak to beat some of these certain teams to get to a Super Bowl. Now you just took a step back. And the way that y'all playing, having close games against this team and that team, and like losing some of these games, losing to the Vikings, shit like that. Like,
well, the problem is the defense is giving up big plays, man.
Yeah,
like, they're giving up a lot of yardage. The Giants went like,
but I thought the defense was getting better. Like,
yeah, I don't know what's going on with the pass rush. Pass rush hasn't gotten there, even though Aiden Hutchinson, got the sack at the end of the game,
closing sack.
Yeah, close the game out with a sack. But outside of that, it's like big play after big play after big play after big play. They just getting gashed down the field. I don't know.
I think
Offense still is explosive though. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown comes up and makes crazy plays all the time too. So
Mr.
I mean,
Reliable.
the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Lions, I do have a little bit of concern about that aspect of that game. It's like y'all are supposed to be at the top, and the way that y'all kind of been playing is, I don't know. But moving right along, speaking of all these teams that's up and down all over the place and this, that, and the third, how about we hop into another wonderful segment around here, and it's called Besides the Eagles.
What ticket you're about? What is that?
No, they were not. And we just spoke on them, but some other teams, who's on your radar as far as contenders and pretenders? Who's stepping to the top of the food chain, or who's looking like they're about to be chow for the food chain?
Well, the terrible Towel Nation, Steeler Nation. It's looking like y'all might miss the playoffs. The Ravens came and got what was theirs. Week by week, 5-game winning streak, they came and got what is theirs, and they are leading the division right now.
They're back in the mix. They're number 4.
And the way that their schedule shakes out, all they need to do is keep winning. Even though they haven't been winning pretty. They haven't been winning. Their offense hasn't been good.
They right there in that Chiefs, Eagles, Lions mix.
They're in that conversation too. But they've been winning because of the teams that they've been playing. But Steeler Nation, y'all got a problem. And you need to do something about it.
I don't know what they're supposed to do now. I mean, what do you do?
Try to win games.
But I mean, okay, Aaron Rodgers went down, right? So we knew having Pickett on the field was going to be a little loosey-goosey for them.
Mm-hmm.
Having a backup out there was going to be difficult for them to get certain things
Yeah,
done.
he's so buns.
So, I mean, and that's another problem with the Steelers, is just because it's like, okay, what are y'all going to do? Now, you was in that game. Well, actually, they had Rudolph on the field. I'm sorry, not Pickett. They had Rudolph on the field. But the thing is like you're playing against tougher opponents, and they're already in a tough division. It's a division where it's like the Bengals are at the bottom of that division, and people still giving the Bengals a chance to do something every week. And they're the worst team in that division.
Mm-hmm.
So the Steelers' problem is for one, the opponents you got to play against, but for two, your starting quarterback went down. And that's just, and 3 is the time of year that he went down. That's not a good recipe for you to try to make the playoffs right now. Like, so they're definitely in trouble.
Especially how tight it is.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know what the hell they can do about it. Like,
that's what I said. They pretty much screwed.
I mean, it's like, okay.
They pretty much screwed. Like, Steeler Nation, y'all might be some pretenders this year, for real, for real. You had this old-ass quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. You don't have no receiving core, for real, for real. I mean, DK Metcalf is regressed.
He started off doing really well, though.
In comparison to last season to now, regress.
I don't know, bro. He was doing good at the beginning of the season, but Aaron got hurt.
I'm talking about the whole body of work. I'm not talking about he was doing good this season, at the beginning of the season. No, in comparison from last season, from last season to this point to now.
Metcalf name, bro.
No, bro, he's not playing. He's not having the same season he had last year. How you think they were able to grab him from Seattle? Because he had a good season last year, and he's not doing what he did last year.
Who was DK Metcalf quarterback last season? Geno Smith. Thank you. Need I say more? So I mean, he had.
What that mean?
Look at this though. looking at his numbers, right?
What has he done through 12 games?
Looking at his numbers, he had an 83-yard game, 126-yard game, 95-yard game, 3 50-yard games. The rest have been 30-something or less, right? Nothing crazy. He's done a total of 573 yards in total, 42 receptions. Averaging 13.6 per reception. I mean, 5 touchdowns. It's not like he's just terrible. But I do expect him to have, he's one of those receivers where you expect him to get 1,000 yards receiving. And right now he's close to 6, and he has
half the season's already gone.
He has about 4 weeks left.
Yeah.
So it's looking like he comes just a shade under. He's probably like 8, 9.
And we call that a regression.
He had 992 last season.
Regression. If you didn't do as good now as you did last time, you regress. You didn't progress.
He had 5 touchdowns last season. He got 5 already, and he got 4 more weeks.
Regress.
Okay. But anyway, the Steelers can't really control that. That's going to be up to quarterback play. And he's in a different offense. I mean, what can I say? I don't know if I say it's a DK Metcalf regression like that. I think he's just in a different system, different play calling, different design. The Steelers are more likely to pass the ball a little bit more. I mean, less likely than the Seahawks. They'll like to air it out over there a little bit. So I don't know. I'm not putting too much into that. He almost got 600 yards this week after 12 weeks. He still got 5 week 18 to get the rest. So I mean,
Pittsburgh in trouble.
But they definitely in trouble for sure.
Because I think the only way they get in the playoffs is if they win the division. For real. I think.
Probably. The other wild card teams are a little bit better, so they got a better shot. I mean, but you got to think one of these teams going to fall off, though. The Texans or the Jags. We're going to see which way they go.
Why it can't be the Chargers?
I don't think the Chargers going to fall off based on their schedule. Hell, the Chargers still got a chance at the division. Me personally, that's why I say that. I don't see the Chargers falling off from that. Chargers got the Chiefs. The Chiefs ain't playing that damn good.
Cowboys.
They got the Cowboys, which is a winnable game, but the Cowboys are playing better.
People acting like the Chiefs are just so trash.
They're not trash, but I mean,
like the Chiefs can't beat nobody.
They 6-5.
Yeah.
We're not about to act like that.
But you saying the Chargers because of their schedule, like
they've won.
You're not talking about
games.
These are 50-50 games. Y'all won 3 division games in September.
But they only got 3 more.
In September, bro.
I'm saying they only have 3 more division games. I said the Chargers still have a chance at actually winning the division. They got to play the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Raiders again.
And they go 1-2.
They could.
They'll go 1-2. 1-2. They not in the playoffs. And if they go 1-2, they're not going to get to the playoffs.
What happens to the Chiefs?
The Chiefs can win.
What happens to the Chiefs go 1-2 in their division game? They not getting in there. So they in the same fucking boat. If you ask me, it's not that much of a gap. They 7-4, the Chiefs 6-5. It's not that much of a gap.
Y'all not gonna beat the Chiefs twice.
But the advantage is they have already 3 division wins.
Yeah, but the Chiefs, y'all got to play them again. You're not gonna beat it the second time. Not in November or December, whenever y'all play. Y'all played them in September. When y'all was the most healthiest and they were the most weakest. And that's how you won that.
I hear you. Believe.
All right.
But moving right along to another wonderful segment of this show, a very important part of the show, my favorite part of the show, actually. It's a little segment we like to call Clock Out for Me, Big Dog.
Yeah, you can go ahead and clock out.
Pack your shit
Right now?
Yeah.
and hit the road, Jack.
Okay.
And don't you come back.
Mm-hmm.
No more.
Breaking news.
Chip
The
Kelly.
Las Vegas Raiders fire Chip Kelly, offensive coordinator, as they should, because that offense was atrocious.
It's Brock.
Anybody see Ashton? Anybody see Ashton Genty, the first round running back, Heisman Trophy winner? Did he win the Heisman? No, he didn't win the Heisman. Well, I don't know who won the Heisman. Doesn't matter.
No, he didn't. He was a candidate though.
But this guy, who was supposed to be the second coming of Saquon Barkley and all these guys, Chip don't know how to use them. Okay. Travis Hunter won the Heisman.
Yes.
Duh. But yeah, so Chip Kelly gets fired. The Raiders offense is just terrible. They don't have no receivers to throw the ball to. Trey Tucker is not the guy on the outside. They don't have no outside threat. Brock Bowers is the only thing you have. They don't run the football. Geno Smith is buns. So I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, it was destined. They probably gonna have to fire a lot of people over there.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing though. Geno Smith has made some questionable passes.
But their offensive line has been terrible.
But even then, why don't you just throw the fucking ball away? Rather than trying to do some type of bullshit ass window you trying to force the ball into. And again, I do blame the offensive coordinator for the Brock. I do blame Chip Kelly for that. Because you can't do that. Right? But who the fuck else was going to run out there and catch the ball?
Nobody.
So again,
They traded away Jacoby Myers.
traded away Jacoby. Who else is Geno gonna pass the ball to? So I mean, I can't put all of that on Chip. A lot of that was personnel. Cause if I'm him and I'm being honest, I probably run Brock too.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole thing is yeah, you do need more creative play calling than that. And probably the Genty part, I can definitely see. They had their issues with his stance at first. They didn't want to let him go Michael Myers stance at first. They was trying to change his stance. The shit wasn't working. Then they let him go back to his traditional Michael Myers stance. He started doing a little bit better. He's a short guy, so it helps him to see better. He had a couple games where it appeared to pick up some, and he started to get better momentum after the stance changed. But I mean, it kind of regressed back, and they kind of haven't been doing shit with him since then.
Nope.
I don't know if that's schedule. I don't know if that's him. I don't know if that's the coordinator. But
It's the offensive line. They can't do nothing.
But the offensive line is pretty ass,
It is
too.
bad.
That is pretty ass because Geno gets sacked a lot, or a lot of pressure if he's not getting sacked. So
Yeah.
we saw that in that Broncos game.
But yeah, Chip Kelly. Peace out.
Holla at you. Shane Bowen. You want to parlay this into Ask a Giants Fan?
Dead ass is
It's too damn late.
Dead ass.
It's too damn late.
I've
Should have fired Shane Bowen in week 4. It's too late. It's too late. Shane Bowen gets fired from the New York Giants, and it takes the interim head coach, Mike Kafka, to put his balls on the table to do it. After one game. After one performance. We have a total of 5.
For a minute.
We have a total of 5 games in which we led by 10 or more points in the fourth quarter that we end up losing all 5 of those games.
Kafka was your what? Defensive coordinator?
Offensive coordinator.
He was the offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator.
And y'all just fired Shane Bowen, the defensive
Defensive coordinator.
Right? So, okay, never mind. I was thinking it's becoming a very short list of people who you can fire around there, and I feel like we're still kind of tiptoeing and dancing around a couple people.
The main guy.
Yeah. But the main guy knows how to keep his job. I will give him that credit. Because
he built a talented roster. I'm not gonna take that credit. I'm not taking that away from him.
My concern is that he ultimately fucks it up when one of them becomes a Pro Bowler and don't want to pay him.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Yeah, we'll see when we get there.
You gonna see.
We'll see when we get there. But another heartbreaking loss on the road in Detroit, a game that we could have possibly won.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston went out there. Mike Kafka emptied a whole bag of tricks out there. He really did some Detroit shit on them.
Yeah, he
Trick
did.
plays and having Gunnar Olszewski.
He pulled his buffs out on them.
Gunnar Olszewski throw a pass to Jameis Winston down the field. J-Bo wins, come back to the football, catches it, does a little shake, stiff arm, break a tackle, get in the end zone. Top notch. Jameis Winston, deep ball down the field to Wan'Dale Robinson on some crazy shit. So Mike Kafka been emptying a bag of tricks.
As
a coordinator. So we've been seeing an uptick in offensive production, especially with Jameis Winston at quarterback position, because he doesn't give a shit. He's gonna fire off every single time. He'll throw a pick. All right, I'll come back. I'm still throwing it down the field. So he's fearless, and that's a good thing. And that's what makes our team, a tough out. Like, we don't lay down to anybody really. We always gonna compete. We're gonna be competitive. But once again, our defense let us down, and because of that, we had to get rid of Shane Bowen, because that defense, you can't have these leads and continue to allow these other offenses to run down your throat. Jahmyr Gibbs had 200 plus yards rushing. You can't allow that. You can't have that, bro. You can't have that.
Do you think they have somebody in mind, they eye on, that they going after already?
I have no idea what the fuck they be thinking. Obviously. Nobody knows.
Well, I mean, do you think it's do you see the benefit of them firing him now? I know you said it's too late in the season.
Yeah, because you keep doing this.
But I'm saying, is it a benefit
the same way
the
same way you said fire Dayball now is the same reason you will fire him now.
Yeah.
Same reason.
Okay.
What we waiting on?
Right.
For what?
Right.
If you plan on firing his ass in December, you might as well fire him today.
Get him up out of there.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, Shane Bowen.
Let's see. Damn. But none of our hearts and minds are clear from week 12 of the NFL season. How about we get into week 13?
Yeah.
Get into what we thankful for, because it is Thanksgiving. So this is one of those weird weeks of football because it's so many games before Sunday.
Mm-hmm. 4.
So why don't we tap into another underrated but very good part of the show, something we like to call MustSeeTV.
Man, these folk got their hitties, no cap.
These folks got to see this shit. And they need to know what to watch. I'm gonna call it the turducken parlay.
Yeah.
Because on Thanksgiving, everybody knows the winners get to celebrate with some turducken after the game and all that good stuff. But I do actually like the matchups that they have on Thanksgiving. And it's a few games where they can't really just take the holiday off. They got some important matchups to play. Starting from the top, Packers and Lions. Mm-hmm. Important game.
Huge.
Very important game.
Playoff implications all over it.
Yeah. It has playoff implications written all over it. Everybody knows the Lions play every Thanksgiving. It's a tradition. Mm-hmm. And the Packers coming off a short week. Now, the Packers did come off of a dominant win, whereas the Lions came off of a close win. The game was actually a lot closer than 34-27 for the Lions by looking at it. But on paper, that's what they got. The Packers were dominant against the Vikings. What are you expecting out of this game?
A dog fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dog fight. Both of these teams pretty much got the division stolen from them by the Bears. Literally.
Everybody was looking at the Vikings with Sam Darnold, and the Lions being good, and Jordan Love and the Packers are getting a playoff push, and then here comes the Bears out of nowhere.
The little Bears come across, and they go on a 5-6 game win streak or something like that.
And they said, y'all gonna have to fight for the wild card. We not.
Yeah, so they got them down there fighting. So I think this is a bigger win for the Lions more so than the Packers. Lions need this win to get back in the mix.
Yeah,
they
Lions
on the outside
7-4.
looking in. They don't want to be outside on the looking in when the turkey is served.
Play out, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. No.
So
because the Packers are 7-3-1, so they have a very slight edge over them in terms of the I guess we would call that a half a game edge over the Lions. And this being a division game and everything, you know, it's just extra important because, I mean, it's still some weeks left. Who knows what the hell happens with the Cowboys? Knock on wood. You don't want any bad injuries to happen or anything. But all three of these teams are in the mix for the top spot in that division. But right now, the Bears are that. So these two teams going to have to fight.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Lions, man. I still don't believe in the Green Bay Packers. Reason being is they don't have like that go-to receiver. Like we've been talking about it all year. They don't have that go-to guy in crunch time, whatever. We know offensively the Lions, they got a guy.
They got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
If you looking for somebody to pass it to, they got Amon-Ra St. Brown. They also got Laporta as another option.
They're explosive. They got
also got
J-Mo.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jameson Williams, explosive down the field. So it's like offensively, the Lions are crazy.
The problem is that
The problem is the defense giving up explosive plays as well. So
Yeah.
that's going to be the concern there. And then the last time we seen the Lions go up against a good defensive front, it didn't look too good in Philadelphia. So this defensive front, Michael Parsons, he got a sack last week. I mean, it could be bad for the Lions offensively as well.
Oh, yeah, then they got to go against Michael Parsons. Ooh.
Yeah. But I'm leaning more so on the Lions. You know, I think this game that they just fought it out with the Giants, that, you know, that built something there. You know what I'm saying? They built a little bit with character.
They got to get their dog back.
Yeah, it was close. It was like, all right, you know, we got to take this thing seriously. So I'm taking the Lions in this one.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm pretty much in agreement with you. So no,
I don't think the Packers going to make the playoffs, man.
Hot take.
Yeah.
But another game is the Chiefs and Cowboys. Now, we just talked about the Chiefs. Every game is a must-win at this fucking point of the season.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have improved over the past few weeks, 2 weeks, I would say. So I think it's a very interesting spot because the Cowboys are at home. If this game was at Arrowhead, then it might be a little bit more heavy Chiefs. The Chiefs are still the favorite. They're a 3-point favorite in this game. But with the Cowboys being at home, it makes it very interesting. I'll say that. Their improvements so far on defense is the most impressive part, but George Pickens has been playing out of his mind. NFL young boy is out there cooking defenses. And I mean cooking defenses.
I don't know how you get so open.
It's like, you know, they got to know the ball is coming that way.
They get so open, man. Him and CD, they be getting so open.
But the thing is, it's like with CD and George Pickens playing on opposite sides, it's like it's hard to keep a real good cover on that and generate pressure on the quarterback. And then after all that fails, you still got Turpin running a fucking 4-2 down the field and taking off. So you still got that explosive play guy that's just lurking in the shadows who you really can't forget about too much because he will take off on you too. He one of them guys who can catch a 50-yard bomb and take it to the house.
I ain't seen it, but yeah.
Hey, listen, don't do that. Don't do that. But he hadn't had to. I mean, you throwing it up on two defenders and George Pickens still end up with the ball, or he's just getting wide open.
To the house. I saw that.
Yeah,
a kickoff return for sure.
Yeah. He'll take off on your ass on them punt returns and kickoffs. Yeah, for sure. But I say it's a very interesting game.
Chiefs not losing that football game, man. I don't give a fuck. Point spread is 3. All they need is 1 point to win. They're not losing that football game. They are not. Not happening. It's not.
Okay. We shall see. And the last one on that turducken parlay that we putting together, the Bengals and the Ravens. Now, this is also a division matchup. Very interesting game because Joe Burrow is expected to come back into this game. We're gonna see how healed his toe is.
Right.
See his mobility out there, but they throwing him out there.
No T. Higgins.
And no T. Higgins. They getting Jamar Chase back though.
Kyle
from his
Hamilton
1 game
got
suspension.
hurt for the Ravens. I don't know if he's playing or not yet, but
So it's interesting.
yeah, very.
It makes this matchup very interesting. Because despite the defensive woes of the Bengals, they have their star quarterback back. Now, prior to him getting injured, it wasn't like he was playing sensational.
There was really no drop off in offense.
But it really wasn't much of a drop off in offense with Flacco. So I kind of feel like we're going to see a similar Bengals team to the one we saw, but the Bengals team that we saw can score points. And Kyle Hamilton's not playing, that kind of takes the Ravens defense down a notch to a team that can score a lot of points. But the Ravens also got Lamar Jackson back now. He back in the mix doing his thing. So, I mean.
But he hasn't been playing well, though. That's the only thing, man.
But the Bengals defense has been playing well all season. So, I mean.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so interesting. It's like the drawbacks of the other team is the strength for the other team, but then it's vice versa also for different aspects of the team. So I think that's what makes this game such a interesting Turkey Day game to watch and something interesting. So all of your family, your loved ones, your people that you're kicking it with should have something thoroughly to entertain y'all in terms of sports.
Pittsburgh, you better be sitting there hoping that the Cincinnati Bengals beat the Ravens.
For sure. For sure. Y'all
That's what they cheering for.
You better go buy a Burrow jersey.
Yeah, that's what they cheering for. They cheering for the Bengals, the Bungles.
Honorable mention, though. Last one. Honorable mention. We got Black Friday game.
Yeah. Good one.
Bears versus Eagles. And we just talked about the Eagles still winning some games, but they dropped one against the Cowboys. You got to think that the Eagles are pissed after dropping that game. They are a 7-point favorite in this game going into it against the Bears, which is quite a bit of points because we're not about to act like the Bears just been playing bad.
They've been playing, and they've been winning, and they've been building confidence.
And Ben Johnson got them boys rolling. And looks like he know how to utilize Caleb Williams. So, very interesting matchup here. The Eagles are at home, but I think it's just going to be an entertaining game. The explosive offensive plays that we've seen Caleb Williams make, paired with a pissed off Eagles. Does that mean Saquon comes out here and have a crazy game, or does that mean that AJ Brown comes out here and has a big game? I don't know. Devontae, we're gonna see, but it's an entertaining game to watch. I'm a little bit more lenient towards the Eagles at home, but 7 points though.
Yeah, I'm leaning Eagles at home too.
I'm leaning Eagles at home, but 7 points though. I don't know. But speaking of point spreads and all that good stuff, let's get into another wonderful segment of the show. Probably the most important part of the show. A lot of people come here just for this thing. It's called Best Bets. Put your chips on the table. Let them stack, let them fall, whatever. But last week, we both went a whopping 1 and 2 again. A couple teams won, but they didn't cover spreads.
Yeah.
A couple teams did cover. We got 1 and 1 that did cover the spread, but that brings our season total to 15, 17, and 1 for me. And you are the most even you could possibly be at 16, 16, and 1.
Straight across the board.
No, actually, I stand corrected. You were 0-2 and 1. I'm giving you too much sauce because you had a push.
I deserve it.
You was 0-2-1 last week. I was 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but
that's where we at. But
that's where
not,
we at.
But
that's not where we gonna stay.
Yeah, we going up. All right, first bet of the week. These are all locks, by the way. So you might as well. Don't even. I don't know where the keys
Last
at.
time he said that in a short, he's like lock for sure. He looked at me and
it
then
was a lot.
it wasn't a lot. The
And it
Chiefs
was a
lost
lot.
that fucking game.
Yeah.
The Chiefs lost that.
Anyway, let's get into it. First bet of the week. I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders versus the San Francisco 49ers.
This is what you starting off your locks with.
The Browns +5 at home versus the 49ers. 49ers offense didn't look that good on Monday night. All they do is Christian. Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions. They played a Carolina Panthers defense.
The Panthers defense.
A Panthers
Quiet as
defense.
kept.
They're good, but
Okay.
they're not the Cleveland Browns.
No.
They're not the Cleveland Browns,
There's
especially
no Myles
at home.
Garrett.
And there's
Ain't
no
got
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, okay.
So give me the Cleveland Browns +5 versus the 49ers at home. Next bet on the board. I'm taking the New York Giants +7 versus the New England Patriots.
This is your locks.
Lock. Didn't the Giants just cover? Yes, they did. The New York Giants
They covered
+7.
10.
They covered the spread. The New York Giants +10 versus the New England Patriots. I need you to pull up what the Giants are this year against the spread, ATS, because I'm pretty sure they are above 500.
They probably doing really well against the spread, to be honest.
+7 versus the New England Patriots.
I just
The
gave
New
them
England,
compliments.
the New England Patriots, they struggled a little bit against the Bengals. They didn't look too hot. They end up winning though. But the New York Giants, they play their lights out. They're going to compete. Competitive. They got an offense that's going to throw the ball down the field. And I think that they'll be able to cover the spread. It'll be close, but +7, they'll cover.
Actually, I might be giving you a little slight boost.
What?
I think the spread is 7.5 now.
That's fine. I mean, it was 7 when I got it. But
So
next bet. Denver Broncos -6.5 versus the Washington Commanders. Give me Denver. That defense, that's the answer. That's why. That's why. It's the defense versus Commanders. Marcus Mariota going against that defense. They might have 6 sacks on Mariota.
hey, I kind of wanted that bet myself, so I love that one.
Yeah, so those are my best bets.
That's a lot.
Cleveland +5, Giants +7, and the Denver Broncos -6.5.
And before I get into mine, to answer your question really quick, the Giants are 7-5
ATS.
ATS.
I know. They're a money team.
The problem is the Patriots are 8-4 ATS.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
But my best bets are locks for sure. First one,
Cap.
Houston Texans +5 against the Colts. Why? Because that defense is fucking phenomenal. Will Anderson puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and you made a valuable point, my friend. As a Giants fan, you know Daniel Jones very well, and you said, what I'm kind of scared of is somebody like Alec Pierce coming out and making one of those boom plays. But he was like, yeah, he's like a third option, and he ain't gonna have that much time. I said, you know what? You right. Give me the Texans +5. Think the defense wins this one. Might even win the damn game. But they the underdog. 5 points is too many points. If Davis Mills is out there, I like it even more. I know that sounds crazy to say, but right now,
Go with the hot hand.
he's a hot guy. So give me the Houston Texans +5. Next one, I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins -6 versus the New Orleans Saints. 2 reasons. The first one, Saints are ass. You lost to the Falcons with Raheem Morris at home. And Raheem has been known to piss Atlanta off a lot. But one thing I will say about Raheem Morris, he knew that was his ass. He lost that game against the Saints.
That was must win.
It was must win for him personally. And he went out there and they won by 2 tutties. You lost to the Falcons and Raheem Morris by 2 touchdowns at home? You think you finna do any better with Achane? Oh no. Achane's about to have a day. And quiet as kept, that Miami defense ain't been looking too damn bad themselves. So shucks. You about to have another long day, brother. Give me the Miami Dolphins -6. And they at home. It's a lot. Last one, I'm going to take the Detroit Lions over the Green Bay Packers. It's a division game. It's tough. Lions been going through his back and forth, but like you said, they got to win. They lost to the Eagles, then you turn around, you had this battle in that same division, but you come up with a win. They got to get that dog reignited in them. Maybe that tough game they had to come back and win reignited their dog. And the Packers have been shaky at best in a lot of these situations.
Very.
So the Detroit Lions in a division game, I'm going to go with the stronger team at home, which I think is the Detroit Lions. So give me them -2.5. My best bets or my locks, Houston +5, Miami -6, and Detroit -2.5. Put it down. Parlay it.
Put it down.
Parlay it. I think I might parlay that with your Denver pick. Run me a nice little 14 one. That's a nice slip for y'all right there. Don't say I never gave you anything for the holidays.
Straight up.
But that's a parlay alert. Definitely a teaser alert. But it's one more thing.
What's that?
Folks still gotta know. Who is the dog of the week? Who's barking?
Them dogs were barking last week.
Them dogs was barking. I told you. Houston.
I told you. Cleveland.
Yeah. I'm from Cleveland. But we both hit our dogs last week. So that brings us to a grand total of 3-8 for me and 5-6 for you.
Wow, that's gross. Actually, 3-8. It's gross.
It's because you keep taking my picks, but we ain't got to talk about that.
No, I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm running back this week, man. I'm going to take his pick from last week. I'm taking the Houston Texans this week to beat the Indianapolis Fool's Gold Colts, man. We've seen what Houston defense can do. We've seen it on primetime television. But now we're going to pair this up with an in-division matchup. The Houston Texans still got some life to get into the playoffs. You think they don't know that? They coming with it.
Oh, Will Anderson knows that for sure.
Yeah,
he play like
Daniel
every
Jones. Game. I've seen Daniel Jones under pressure. What do the Houston Texans do? Pressure.
Yes, they do. H-Town, what it do, baby?
And Daniel. It's over with. Give me the Houston Texans, man. Money line, underdog, dog of the week.
I'm going to take a dog that you're not going to like. And I know you're not going to like it.
Nope.
How about them Cowboys?
Hate it.
I know you're going to hate it.
I
know you don't like it. But I'm telling you, something is wrong with the Chiefs. And Jerry got something brewing over there in Jerry's world. Give me the Cowboys at home.
Hate it.
On Thanksgiving. I don't love it. I don't love what the Chiefs got going on. It's just a recipe for a disaster, and I don't know what they're going to do to stop NFL Youngboy. Who's stopping? What are the Chiefs going to do to stop CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens? Somebody tell me.
Steve Spagnuolo. He going to get on that phone.
He going to dial it up?
We dialing up blitzes. And exotic looks.
That's cute.
Yep.
But they've been running the ball decent with Williams. They got Turpin, getting them in good field position on those punts and kickoffs. And as a third option as receiver, you got Jake Ferguson. We didn't even talk about him, but he's been a fucking monster this season. It's a lot of options on that offense. And then you pair that with Quentin Williams helping the defense get better. You get a couple cornerbacks back from injury, and they help improve the secondary. You got Logan Wilson in the middle of the field, getting you some sure tackling, getting you some continuity with your defense on all three levels. Listen.
Sound good, but they're still the Cowboys.
And the Chiefs ain't chiefing right now. I'm just saying.
They still the Cowboys.
On Turkey Day, we got a battle between Chiefs and Indians. And and I'm gonna go with the real Chiefs, the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys this time. I know you're not gonna like it, but thank me later. But that's all we got.
That's it. No mas.
Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Stay tapped in. Keep showing us love so we can keep showing it back. Keep putting those slips on the table. Right now we tapped in. I've been telling y'all the past couple weeks about Onyx Odds, getting some boosts. You send a screenshot. Using our link in that description, send a screenshot to us on the gram. You can follow the gram like right here. Send it to us. I'm going to add you into the chat. We dropping some of them good slips in there. Drop the slip, as we like to say. We dropping some good slips in there. Got some wins. If you followed it in the chat, then you probably came up off of that Houston parlay. Hey man, it's been some good bets, been some good picks been thrown in there, and basketball also. So only person pissed me off was Laurie Markkinen, but I'll talk about that another time. Anything else you gotta say to the people?
Parlays.
Making money line plays. May all these bets continue to play, because I need that money today.
And happy Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey Day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your loved ones. Stay up. Stay winning. And you gonna be grinning if you follow these picks. Peace out.
Peace. Nigga.
You keep you a gun, but never a vest. These niggas be wildin', they swear that they violent. Just give me a second to accept the challenge. Yeah. Run it up, get it. Young niggas say you got a whole lot of money. You ain't never seen a young nigga. Let me talk.